Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this super cute little daisy hexagon, and I'm going to be using the same colours except for this round I've managed to find a nice green, so I'm going to use that instead. So it's ever so easy, suitable for a beginner. I'm sure that any beginner could master the stitches that I'm going to show you. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell, and hopefully you'll be informed when new videos pop up. So the beginning of this is a nice little yellow, and that's great for any kind of scrap yarns if you're just making a couple. But I'm just using this Pricewise double knitting in the colour of buttermilk. It's very nice yellow. So for this one then we have to make a slip knot, which you can do in any way you like, but I'm just to let you know I'm going to use a 4mm crochet hook. I want it to be nice and sort of tight stitches. If you can hear something kind of tapping away, that's actually my dinner cooking. So it's in the slow cooker, and I've never known it kind of make that spitting noise before, but hope it doesn't put you off. Anyway, I'm going to chain 4 and then join with a slip stitch into the very first stitch. Okay, so now I've got this little diddy ring, which will grow a little bit as we work into it. So I'm going to do a stacked stitch in there. I don't do the turning chain, I do a stack, and in the UK that would be a double crochet stack, and in the US it would be a single. But to do that, I just insert my hook into the ring and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both. Then in this one here, this just going in the one, I do the same thing. I yarn over, pull it up, yarn over and pull through both of those, and it gives me the top of my stitch. It gives me these 2 loops like the top of any other stitch. So also in this ring I want to put a further 11 stitches. This is going to count as my first. I'm just going to move this down a little bit, and I'm going to do 11 UK trebles, which are double crochets in the US. So if you hear me refer to a treble crochet, you know if you're in the US or you're following in US terms, I mean a double. Okay, so I'm going to just go into that ring. I'm going to work over the tail and make my stitch. So for that you just pull through 2 and through 2. If you are not familiar with these stitches, I do have a beginner's class that goes from all of the stitches. I'll link that at the end, but there is a right-handed and a left-handed playlist. So it's as simple as that. We want a total of 12 stitches with that first one, so it's 11 more, and I'm going to pause the video while I complete these, because if I count it'll put you off, and if I talk I'll lose count. So I'll catch up with you again once I've got my stitches, and remember to work over the tail as you go. Okay, so I've done that. I'm just going to count them and do that by counting the V's. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. Okay, that's cool. So all I'm going to do now is to go into the top of my stack, if I can get it in on camera. I don't normally have this trouble. Okay, do a slip stitch. I'm going to do a chain and pull it really down, cut my yarn and pull it through. So I'm now finished with the yellow. You can, if you want to, as you worked over the tail, pull that tighter and secure it when you secure your yarn, or if you don't mind, you can just end off and, you know, not worry about it, not worry about the circle in the middle. So I'm going to cut that one because I don't like too many ends confusing what we're doing. So now I'm going to add in the white yarn. So I didn't bring my wool genie, which I know I will regret, but it's otherwise occupied at the moment. Now I'm going to just join this anywhere, but I'm not going to join it there because I only want to work over one tail at a time. Sorry, I'm going to go in that one there, so it's nice and in the center. So I'm just going to join my yarn any way you normally do. Okay, so I'm going to do the stack again exactly the same way. and to get up to a little height there. I'm going to pull on that one. You see what happens when I do? That disappears and it's fine. So now what I'm going to do, in the UK, it's called a double treble two together. In the US, it's a treble two together. So I'm going to do that by yarning round twice, going back in the same stitch, working over the tail, and pull up a loop. I'm going to yarn over and pull through two, yarn over and pull through two, and then leave that one on the hook. Do that all over again. Pull through two, pull through two. So now we've got three on our hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all three and chain one. I'm going to chain a loose chain. I'm not going to chain two, just one. And then I'm going to go into the next stitch, but I'm going to, I thought I'd calmed that down. I seem to have jazzed it up. I'm going to treble three together in the US, double treble three together in the UK, and I'm going to do that in every single stitch. So I'm going to yarn round twice, go into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over through two, yarn round twice, back in the same space, pull up the loop, yarn over through two, yarn round twice, back in the same stitch, pull up a loop, through two. So now we've got 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 of those, and 1 chain. So I just want to show you the reason I did that is because this one had the stack at the start. They now look identical. If I'd chained if I double trebled 3 together in this one, it would have been fatter. So that's why the first one is different. I'm really sorry about my food cooking. Doesn't normally make that noise. Okay, so I'm going to do that in every single space now, every single chain. The only thing I will say is when you get to the part where you ended off in the previous round, just be careful because sometimes it can look like there's a stitch there and a stitch there. So just at the end of this, make sure when you get to that point, how many you've done, how many you've got to go, and how many spaces you have left, to make sure you have 12 petals when you get round. So just be mindful of that. I'm going to pause the video then, and I shall catch up with you when I get back to here. Okay, so I'm all the way back at the start. Now it's starting to cup, which is okay. That's not a problem. I've done my last chain, and where I'm going to join is right over here. I don't want to join in that very first part. I want to join right in that center so the gap stays the same distance. So all I've done is join, and now I'm going to end off there. So then we've got this little puckered daisy, and that's fine. So now we're going to end off that white as I just did and bring in the green. Now I did it with the turquoise colour before, which is, it's very nice. I mean, you can make a blanket where you alternate all those colours and make it quite nice and rainbow. But to be in keeping with an actual daisy, I think it's best to have green. Okay, so I found my end. And once again, I'm just going to join it anywhere except here. So kind of at the opposite side. So I've got enough to work over both tails. Okay, so I'm just going to join that yarn. And it's very annoying. I should have brought my genie in. But I'm going to stack the same as I have done all the way through this. And don't forget to tug on that and it disappears inside. So I'm going to do 2 UK treble crochets. Of course, they are double crochets in the US. Bear with me just 1 minute because it's quite hot in here and it's starting to squeak. So I just need to wipe this. I don't know about you, but when my hook starts squeaking, I can't stand it. Okay, so normally I would carry my yarn and work over it, but I'm just going to leave that so I don't confuse you. So in every single space, all the way around, we're just going to do 3 UK treble crochets or US doubles in every single petal in the space between, all the way around. So once we get back to the start again, I will end off. So bear with me a second. I'm going to pause the video. It's a bit boring watching me do that all the way around. So I will catch up with you again once we get back here. Okay, so I'm all the way around and it's still a little puckered, I know, but we will work that one out on this next round. I'm going to do my chain, cinch it down, cut my yarn and pull it through to end off. Okay, so now we're going to square this up. So I'm going to bring back the white. Okay, so here we are. We're going to join, as you can imagine, as I've said so many times, anywhere except where we've ended off. Okay, so keep that down the bottom then, and just bear with me one moment. So yeah, it doesn't matter where I start. Okay, so just bring in my white and join in your preferred way. And again, I'm going to do a stack to start. And 2 UK trebles in there. Okay, won't be taking my yarn with me because I don't want to confuse you. So in the next one, we are going to do 3 UK half trebles, which are half doubles in the US. So that's just as if we're doing a treble and then we pull through all 3. Okay, and in the next one, we're going to do a corner. So we're going to do 3 treble crochets. Remember, as I said before, if you hear me say treble, you'll know that it's a US double if you're doing US terms. So that's 3, 1 chain and 3 more in the same space. And I did manage to bring my genie in, so I'm not being plagued by yarn. In the next one, we're going to do 3 half trebles or half doubles in the US. Remember, if I say half treble, that's what I mean. So we're kind of squaring it, well, hexagoning it off, if that's a word. So now we're going to do a corner again with 3 trebles and 1 chain and 3 more in the same space. In the next one, the 3 half trebles. Make life so much simpler if we had the same terms. And as you can see, it's starting to flatten and become of a hexagon shape. So the next one is a corner. I will probably work over a little bit of that tail. And I'll drop that now. And as we've done our corner, 3 half trebles. So that's what we're doing. A corner, 3 half trebles, a corner, 3 half trebles. So the next one is a corner. And as I don't have far to go, I might as well stick with you on this round. The only chain we're doing is between our corner. Whoops. If I go too far ahead, then just pause me and catch up with me. But I shouldn't do. I don't crochet too fast when I'm doing a tutorial. Having the equipment between it is something that slows you down. Okay, so my last 3 half trebles. And now we're back at the start, which was half of a corner. So we'll do 3 more in that space, treble crochets. And there we are. So if you have a look, it's really flattened out now. It doesn't take much just to, all that puckering has disappeared, and you don't have a project that's overly holy and loopy. Sometimes I think people think because it's, you know, pulling, you need to put a chain in, but really I don't think you do. I just think it pulls it out eventually. So if you want to carry on, make another round, you can, but obviously when you're going along here, you'll just put in all UK trebles or US doubles in your spaces, like granny clusters. You don't need to do the shorter half trebles anymore, but you can just keep going around, maybe changing colour, make a big blanket if you want, or you can make individual ones like this. So I'm going to end off by doing in here a UK double crochet, which is a single crochet in the US. So I'm just going to go into the top of my stack, that's the beauty of it with the 2 loops there, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both of them, and that gives me the same space as if I were there. So if I wanted to do another round, I could just do my stack straight away in there and then do my 3 trebles in each, a corner, then 2 lots of 3 trebles in a corner. But I'm just going to end off there because I like this little hexagon the way it is. So chop my yarn and pull it through, and if you left a long tail, then that'll be perfect for when you want to join them. But hope you like that. I think it's a cute little hexagon. I'll see you guys on the next one. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'll say bye-bye for now.